This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners, the television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews.
Yep.
I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and little girl, Stairmaster.
Alma!
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah, where are you, buddy?
Look, Mr. White, a robot!
And with us, as always, is our other co-host and guy with a robot hand, Kyoran.
Greetings. There are a lot of mysteries going on. Hopefully you're invested in them.
Folks,
Well-
this might be a very short episode.
Strange things are going on in town.
We're not in good places right now.
Listen, there's other stuff. Anyway,
if you're getting a little bored, why don't you just check out this robo hand I've got? Look at this.
wow.
Oh,
Wait, that's too exciting.
oh God, it's out of control!
I can't
You
do
don't
karate
really-
on this show.
You don't really do anything with it other than just sort of hang out with it.
Yeah, well,
Well,
do you think
isn't
I
that
should...
mysterious?
Next episode, should I do karate?
Well, I think it's an anthology, so no.
That would be cool, because the robot hand would, like, split people apart. Because
Yeah.
he's so strong than a regular human body.
I mean, there could be recurring characters in an anthology.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess
Wait,
this.
they actually conclude stuff at the end of this?
Yeah, I mean, sort of.
Wow.
Yeah, in the most satisfying way possible.
Yep, I'm very satisfied by it.
Well, that's
Anyway.
a tune out for In the Loop.
Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far,
That's the name of the show, too, In the Loop.
that's right. Not, which is an actual show.
No, you're thinking of In the Thick of It.
Oh
In the
wait,
Loop
no,
was
In
the
the Loop
movie.
was the movie. Yeah. Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, why not consider subscribing? We're available on
What?
all of the podcatchers of your choice: Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and more.
No way.
Transistor FM.
Yeah, that's
There's
where
no
our
way
home
anybody's
is.
going to subscribe. That's impossible,
live there.
Swanson.
Yeah, you can go and subscribe, and while you're at it, why not give us a 5-star review? It's helpful for getting us noticed, and we appreciate it.
Did you know that 0% of our listeners are subscribed?
What?
That's
Yeah.
that's just not true. But
No, that's plausibly false, and I'm going to have to kick your ass now.
Listen, we got to say that to get them to hit the subscribe button.
oh, because then they'll like feel bad.
Yeah.
What if they feel bad? What if they like have the inverse reaction? They're like, "Oh, what a bunch of losers," and they stop listening.
That would really suck. Oh,
Listen, haven't you ever pity listened to a podcast week to week and enjoyed it?
haven't you ever pity fucked a podcast host or co-host?
Yeah.
Can't say I've done either.
Oh, Swanson, you've been missing out on what me and Stair have been doing.
Which one of those two things have you guys been doing?
Keo's been pity fucking me.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Kia does get around.
Yes, more.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man.
Noted Lothario Kyorain.
Yeah, that's me.
Anyway,
Number one sex boy USA.
you can also find us on Twitter. We're at TV Tuners on Twitter. And you can use the hashtag TV Tuners. We'll give a glance at what you're saying. Give a gander at it.
Yep. Yeah, when I want sex, I wear my It's Time t-shirt.
So that you know it's time.
Yeah, for sex.
Is that considered consent?
I mean, depends on where I'm wearing the shirt.
Oh, alright. No follow-up questions required. And as always, you can email any quips, comments, questions, foresights, or otherwise to us at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Kyorain?
Well, I was thinking about other stuff, but
Sex.
I think the
Stop doing that.
yeah, you probably should. I think the email was tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. You can be like Deox, who sent us an email saying, "Hi, tuners. Hello, distinguished comrades of the TV Tuners podcast. I hope quarantine is treating you well and filling your hearts with the essence of TV. I have just perused the 83rd episode, and I must thank you dearly for informing me of the quality of Star Trek Picard, so I can tell the one person who asked me about it that it was bad.
Yes! Goals!
Instead of making the usual request of asking Kyorain to read the infamous visual novel Fate Stay Night,
Yes!
I will instead be asking that Kyorain read the more infamous visual novel Teskuhime and watch its accompanying anime.
No!
Oh yeah, I've already fully checked that out.
Oh, what?
So you've
Yeah,
completed Deox's request.
I love Tsukihime. It's a really good thing. It's
Who's the best girl?
it's better than a Fate's Day Night. That's the
Who's
one
the
that
best
needed.
girl, Kyo?
Tsukihime is the best girl.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, is that all? Is that the whole email?
No. Also, please put Stare in the naughty corner if he retweets my personal account's tweets again. Thanks. Stay TVing, Deox.
I thought that he wanted me to... I thought since he went unprotected, it was okay to retweet him. Or is it because I'm a podcast, I can retweet people with impunity?
Yeah, I guess you gotta check, man.
All right. Well, thank you for the email, and yeah, I definitely have already checked out that thing. You don't need to ask me again.
It sounds like you have. You seem very knowledgeable of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go on in it.
I guess you could say that about really anything.
I think they have
Well-
sex, probably.
Oh. Ooh.
Do you like the boy with the two swords?
Yeah, he's cool. He can dual wield his swords and
Yes.
fight with both swords
You
at
can
once.
throw them, and he's got a cool red jacket.
Is
Yeah.
this sort of like a metaphor for something?
Sort of, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was
But
just a sword.
I mean, they're all literally swords, but they're also metaphors.
Yeah. So,
Wait a second. Are swords always metaphors in anime?
I mean, I think in most media.
I have a new feeling about lightsabers all of a sudden.
They're just a phallic instrument.
Anyway,
Luke Skywalker has become a sexual being, and thus he must annihilate his own father in order to continue developing. As
are you telling me Freud wrote Star Wars?
Yes.
well, he wrote parts of it.
On cocaine.
Yeah, George Lucas filled out the rest. Alright, it's time for the Tweet of the Week segment.
Yes. Are you going to say the rules?
We're gonna listen to this tweet and tune in on it.
Okay, that's good enough.
We're not going to read it. You're going to read it to us. Derek.
Oh! Comrade Yui writes, desperately craving a burger right now.
Ooh.
Isn't that a mood and a half?
Well, I'm gonna give that the hashtag relatable.
See, I'm not feeling too relatable about that. I am not craving a burger right now because
Yes,
I've already had one.
Guess what? I've eaten burgers for 2 days in a row. I'm gonna die.
I don't think that's how eating burgers work. I think you could eat burgers 2 days in a row.
I didn't tell you guys about this, but this is a really important part of my backstory.
What?
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, I went to the store, right? And I purchased for myself a large amount of ground beef.
What?
And I brought that ground beef into my domicile.
You're gonna make your own human.
Yeah, so I made a man out of the ground beef.
A burger man?
Yeah, a little man.
Oh, okay, wait, so this is a little guy?
A little man appears.
Yeah, a little man, and he betrayed me.
Oh no!
Oh, what'd he do? Did he sleep with your mom or something?
What's his name? Deox?
Yes, that was his
Got him.
name.
Got him.
Wow, and he sent us an email, and that was the betrayal?
Yep.
Huh, what a crazy story, Kyoran.
See, what I had told him is I'm not going to be checking out any of these visual novels.
Yeah, Kyo's just going to read Muv-Luv instead.
I'm definitely going to be reading no visual novels at all. So yeah, rest in peace.
Alright, so that's tune in on that tweet.
Oh, I forgot to mention I killed him.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, alright. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tune in on that tweet. Even though I'm not craving a burger. Sometimes I am, and I can relate.
Yes, sometimes I just eat burgers for 2 weeks straight as my as my dinner for every evening.
Are you saying that 1999 burger breakfast cereal dinner every day?
Are you just that Popeyes dude who's like, I'll gladly trade you a burger today for a burger tomorrow, or whatever he says?
I thought you were talking about the restaurant for a second and got very confused.
Yeah, I'm like that guy. I just like eating a burger, just having a great time. That's all I care about.
I'm the titular Popeye.
Anyway, congratulations, Comrade Yui. A winner is you. All right. Well, with that out of the way, let's move on over to what did you guys watch this week? Anything interesting?
Let me try to remember. I can't remember.
All right. Well,
I watched 3 episodes of Bleach for a podcast.
King.
Well, yeah, we don't need to talk about that here because you can watch that, you can listen to that exclusively on the 1000-Year Bleachcast, our bonus podcast for these quarantine-addled weeks.
Now you feel like number one.
And that's a song that you won't hear on the podcast, but well, unless Dare sings it. But
which will be every week.
We talk about 3 episodes of Bleach each week, and you should give it a listen.
Yes.
I didn't watch anything, Swanson. It's all up to you here.
Yeah, I can't remember watching anything.
We're counting on you.
Yeah, I can't imagine why you wouldn't remember.
I love you, buddy. Mwah.
Alright, so I decided to watch the month-old meme of Tiger King.
Yes.
The story of, well, I guess was originally supposed to be the story of people abusing tigers in their private zoos. It just became the story of one weird zookeeper.
It's a story about capitalism.
I guess that's a way of putting it, yeah. It was alright, I guess.
We're all tigers. Or guys being seduced with methamphetamine.
Yeah, it was fine. It's not like an expert piece of documentary filmmaking, but it was interesting, I guess.
But also, yeah, wasn't that wild how he had all those husbands?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's not a single person that you'll encounter in this show who is not a giant piece of shit.
Not even the tiger?
Well, the tigers are the most sympathetic characters, so yeah.
Yes, but they don't eat the guy at the end, so...
Yeah, it's not like Grizzly Man where like the person gets eaten and you're like, did they really? Is it the grizzly bear's fault?
No, it was man's fault. They've intruded on the domain of nature.
That said, I would listen to like a Joe Exotic documentary if Werner Herzog was like making it. The man calls himself exotic, and yet it is anything but.
Well, as you know, Werner Herzog is a frequent guest and listener, so maybe that'll happen soon.
Yeah. Anyway, the show's alright. I can't say I would, like, recommend it, but it's...
Tune out!
It's whatever.
I guess the official Swanson whatever seal.
That's right. It's just me shrugging on the seal of it, being like, do whatever.
Up to you, man. You make your own decisions in life.
Like, it's an engaging tale, but, like, by the end of it, you're like, was any of this worth anything at all? And it turns out no, and that's maybe the point of it.
Rest in peace.
Anyway, that's it for that. Wait, no, it's not.
That's all that from Nick at Night.
We were hiding something from you, dear audience.
That's right. That's not all we watched. We watched Sawcast.
Whoa! I thought that was it. I got freaked out by that sound effect you did.
Yeah? Anyway, we watched Better Call Saul. It was the penultimate episode of the season.
Fuck!
And, yeah, damn. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Crazy things happening.
We're at Breaking Bad levels of tension.
Yeah, these boys gonna clash.
Yeah, Saul. There's a fun thing that I read that AMC loaded up on commercials early into the episode so that the entire Lalo sequence with Jimmy and Kim could go uninterrupted by commercial break.
Yeah, it's spooky.
And that makes sense because there's like not a good place to cut at all in that scene.
That scene is
Incredible.
Oof.
It's crucial.
It's incredible. It's crucial, and it's just made me stand up and go whoa.
There's not a moment in that scene where I'm not immensely worried. Even when like there's a clear line of sight and Mike could shoot Lalo, I'm just like, something's gonna happen. I don't trust like that.
I said take the shot.
Please. That would have been very problematic for Saul, though. After explaining that dead guy.
It would have been pretty problematic for everybody.
Yeah. Would have been pretty problematic for continuity as well. So
Kim's gonna witness her first murder next season. That's what I'm feeling.
You think?
Yeah, she just
very optimistic to assume she'll still be around next season.
Oh no. Who knows?
She'll be fine. So that's a tune in on Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Listen, each episode, it's just this season has gone to a brand new level of greatness.
Yeah, it's a real show you can sit back with the boys and just chill out with.
Yeah, I don't know about chill out, but who's okay? Let's do a Better Call Saul death poll.
Mike.
Yeah.
I bet $5 on him.
Did they just deviate from Breaking Bad?
Well, yeah. that's like $5 free for me.
I think that's what the writers want, not the Waters.
All right, so my death poll was going to be your bets on Lalo, Kim, and Nacho making it out of the season finale.
Okay, I'll bet more money.
And you can bet all of them die or none of them die as well. So place your bet.
Right. I'm going to bet that none of them die.
I'm going to bet Nacho dies.
No.
And Michael.
I'm gonna bet that Lalo dies. I just don't see how he makes it out of here alive.
Yeah.
As much as I like his like charming brand of sociopathy, I don't know how he makes it out alive without, out of this season.
He's gonna go on an adventure, and he's gonna be fine.
To add to it,
he's gonna be like riddled with bullets.
Only person
like, pop.
Only person who could die is Nacho. I don't think he's gonna die.
Actually, I'm gonna go one step further. I think Lalo dies by Nacho's hand.
Ooh.
So it's like a reversal of fortunes, one might say.
Yeah, let's get some stuff going there. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for what's on. That's it for all that.
I'm off.
So let's get to the news, huh?
Are we gonna have to full spoil this now that we've done this betting pool?
Uh-oh.
Don't we always full spoil?
Oh, we gotta get out of here, folks.
I mean, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Uh-oh, big trouble's ahead.
Yar, stormy seas ahead, matey.
What the fuck's happening?
Hey, it's normal. Okay, let's keep going.
So, I have some bad news to relay to you guys. I hope you can take it.
Nope.
The XFL is officially bankrupt.
Oh no, the Denver fucking Broncos.
Wrong football league.
Oh, the
Seattle
The Austin
Dragons?
the Dallas Dominatrixes.
Yeah, that's one of them, I bet. It's
The Tampa Tops.
The Santa Fe Sadomasochists.
Just a few days after laying off pretty much all of its staff and admitting that it had no plans for a 2021 season, the XFL filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
So I wasn't expecting them to succeed, but
Well,
I wasn't expecting them to go out this way or this quickly.
Yeah, most football leagues typically have football matches.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
that's not fair.
that was the problem with this one, is that they didn't.
That's a critical mistake.
Yeah, they did and then they didn't, which is a problem. Of course, the XFL this time around can't be blamed. The failure of it can't necessarily be blamed all on the heads of the company. Although you could, I guess, blame it a little bit. But it can be blamed, in fact, on the coronavirus.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Did you not make that connection, Stare?
These events do seem to correlate.
Did you think that the XFL was like just going on still in the host?
I was in my heart, yeah.
Or they just decided they weren't going to have any games for a while. They were just going to take a
I
break.
assumed that Trump would have just lended them $500 billion or something.
No, he was too busy bailing out Vince McMahon's other enterprise.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. There's the league launched in February for the second time after a disastrous single season in 2001. The revived XFL was actually praised for some additions to football that were liked by people, but alas, it could not last forever.
I really like their revised rules on the usage of weapons.
Yeah, I did enjoy bringing tables to the sport of football. I thought there wasn't enough CTE.
Those brain boys not going to be good.
Well, I just like that guy with the Morning Star.
Oh, you mean Falco?
You mean, yeah, Falco. the enigmatic Morningstar player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the MVP for sure.
And Eduardo, the chain and ball man.
Yeah. The NXFL was only able to complete half of its 10-week schedule before the coronavirus shutdown began. And apparently that was not enough to recoup any losses. And so the entire thing is shut down.
Yeah, I blame God.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe God just doesn't want it to happen.
I don't think God loves us.
I don't think you should be bad talking God, because last time you did that, you got smoked.
Yeah, he did kill my son.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Well, I mean, he didn't. He made you do it, but yeah.
Yeah, he wanted an offering.
Yeah.
Well, he needed an offering.
Yeah,
or I guess he demanded.
He really hammered home how much he needed that offering.
Yeah, and I had to bash his head in with a rock.
Yeah.
Because I accidentally dropped the dagger down a storm drain.
Yeah. That's the problem with modern day offerings, is that you can always just drop your knife.
Yeah, Stairmaster showed us, or I guess played for us his voicemails on his cell phone from God.
Yes.
And he was like, "Please, I need this. Come on."
Yeah.
I really.
Oh, wait. God said that?
Yeah, God was like, hey, man, I'm gonna really need you to...
I'm just a small little creature, won't you step on me?
It's like, listen, man, I really need a fix from I really need an offering, man. If you could do that for me, dude, that'd be really great, man.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a...
I'm not gonna like it if you don't.
And I guess you were threatened enough to do it.
Yeah, I had to bash in the skull of my 15-year-old son, Anthony.
Yeah. And little known fact, but that is acceptable in the court of law.
That's happened in the state of Alabama.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about the news or something.
Yeah, the XFL's canceled.
Yeah, rest in peace. Speaking of things that are doomed for failure, Quibi.
Oh?
Last week we talked about how Quibi's download numbers were subpar.
Unoptimal.
Yeah, and apparently they listened to the podcast because they figured out their problem.
Yes, they did. Steve Jobs did email me.
The dead Apple mogul?
I mean, I was just receiving voicemails from God in the previous news
Well, yeah, but
so.
we know where God is. Steve Jobs is not there, I don't think.
Okay, so Satan told me that Steve Jobs wanted to talk to me, and...
Wow, you're getting calls from both... You're playing both sides of the field, Stairmaster?
Yes.
Well, that's the only way to do it.
Wait. That's wrong. I'm polytheistic.
Oh, you're polysexual.
Yes.
Yeah, but Satan's voicemails are a lot more, like, menacing.
Well, yeah, he goes in there and he's like, "Hello, Stairmaster, it is me,
He likes
the Lord of Darkness.
And he likes to have words with blood, which is spooky.
I am deeply upset that you have failed to answer your cell phone. So I am leaving you a message on your voicemail. I hope it reaches your ears peacefully, my son."
He always calls everyone my son, too, which is the most upsetting part.
Yeah, but he's the only one that got me a birthday card, so I think I might be his real son. Also because I bleed from my eyes at night.
Oh.
Yeah? See, I thought you were just the Antichrist, but...
I mean, there's no rule against the Antichrist being Satan's son. Or are you saying that because it's the Antichrist, it's like a Rey situation where she has no parents of note?
Yeah, I'm sure Kieran was making a Star Trek or Star Wars reference.
Oh,
Yeah.
Star Trek instead of Star Wars. Are we sure you're not the one with the busted brain here tonight?
Well, we know who the answer to that by listening to the podcast. Anyway, Quibi, which stands for Quick Bites, was a streaming service designed only for your phone.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
If that sounds like a bad idea, you'd be correct. And it's a worse idea when we're all stuck in quarantine. The service launched with a dismal 300,000 live downloads on its first day. And
Yes.
Evidently it must not be getting any better because a spokesperson for Quibi during an appearance on CNBC mentioned that they were planning on finally getting you to watch Quibi on real TV. Said they were working on implementing a feature that will allow users to cast Quibi content to their TVs.
Wait, like from their phone onto the TV?
Yes. In an incredible lie, aka statement, Quibi CEO Meg Whitman said, "We had always planned to be able to cast to your TV, so we're going to see if we can accelerate that in an engineering roadmap." It's always been the plan, guys.
Why didn't they launch with that, Swanson?
Listen, it was always the plan, Kieran.
No.
It was never going to be part of the launch.
That's right. Of course, you wouldn't want to have your biggest feature at launch.
No,
And,
that would be ridiculous.
Did they explain why you can't get it on your computer?
Because it's Quibi.
Uh,
Kieran, don't be ridiculous.
Swanson, you should be their spokesperson.
It's
What if it
Quibi.
always- what if it supported only Apple?
Would you?
Macintosh?
Okay, hold on. Do you think the idea of Quibi is like better if you just like you're watching something on your TV and there's an ad for Quibi?
And it
And-
says, it's Quibi!
Yeah, and it's just me and it says it's Quibi.
I feel like that'd be... Are you sure you want it to be at the end or the beginning of the episode?
The ad? What are you talking? What do you mean?
No, you saying it's Quibi. Should that be at the beginning or the end of the ad?
It should be the ad.
That's the entire ad.
Yeah, the entire ad is just me saying it's Quibi.
So I guess it's at the beginning.
It just is the ad.
I
The
know.
ad is 5 seconds and it's me saying it's Quibi.
Would it show the Quibi logo, or would it just be you? And-
No, yeah, it would be my face, and then I would say it's Quibi, and then the
You're
logo.
like, da 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 da.
Yeah, and
Da, da, da,
and everyone would be like, "What? Who's this man?
da. Who's this?
Who's this milquetoast white man telling me to
Cool.
go see Quibi?"
This absolutely mediocre individual who will
Yeah.
accomplish nothing of note.
Listen,
and die
I'm
pitifully in
I'm
the
just-
gutter.
just imagining just trying to watch a TV show on my television, on my TV in my household,
Uh-huh.
and I'm watching the show, and then you walk in front of the show, You just say, it's Quibi.
Oh yeah, like it's you know how like in sports games they'll have like those little things at the bottom that'll be like Kevin James will come up and will be like a new Kevin according to Kevin this Friday. It'll be me and it'll just show up and I'll take over like the commentator booth and I'll just say it's Quibi.
Well, you should do that in actual football games. That would drive the crowd wild.
Yeah, I mean the crowd doesn't hear the commentary, but I think they would still go wild.
No, you hijack the intercom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's Quibi, Quibi, Quibi. Whoa. Yeah.
Now imagine this actual scenario, Kieran, where you're sitting down to watch a program and a commercial comes on for all this like cool content, and then it tells you that it's only available on your cell phone.
I would be like, okay, not doing that.
Yeah.
And then I would go to, and then I would
did a 24 spin-off. That would have been good for the 10-minute format.
I would go back to bed after that.
Like
as
even
well.
if you saw Jack Bauer like shooting guys.
Why would I want to watch that for 10 minutes?
Yeah, I would want to watch that for an hour.
Yeah, you're right. I would want to watch that for 54 minutes.
And what kind of payoff would there be for 10 minutes of Jack Bauer shooting?
We should make an agreement now that if we miraculously finish the Bleach cast, we should do a 24 cast.
Yeah, we probably should have done that first. Would have been far shorter.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it would have been as popular.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure we haven't heard the last from Quibi. Because, eventually I'm going to have to tell you that it's dead.
Oh, that's going to be really sad. You're going to be holding like a little tiny phone-sized coffin.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, guys, something just died. It's Quibi.
Ted Kennedy.
Why would Ted Kennedy be inside of a phone-sized coffin? Please explain.
Yeah, tell me what happened to Ted Kennedy upon death that he was small enough to fit inside a phone coffin.
Well, I had to take him to the junkyard and put him in the trash compactor.
The junkyard? He's a robot?
Yeah, that's why he had to get out of that car because he couldn't swim.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
So now he's like an ultra-dense cube?
Yeah, they're going to recycle him.
Oh, yeah, Mr. White.
Ted Kennedy robot.
Ted Kennedy's a cube.
It's so deep, it works on so many layers.
Anyway, back over to Vince McMahon land.
Vince Gilligan.
What?
Executive producer Vince Gilligan.
Well, I'm talking about executive producer Vince McMahon.
Sorry.
XFL. The XFL may have failed, but his other enterprise, a little something called the WWE, has recently been claimed as an essential business by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
All right, I got a couple questions for Mr. Ron here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
You don't think that's true?
I think this should only be allowed in a country like Japan, where pro wrestling is their religion.
Well, here's a fun thing. Not exactly in the story.
The question I have is, what's the definition of essential we're operating on here?
Okay. According to Mr. DeSantis, essential WWE is essential because it is is a special designation of professional sports and media production with a national audience.
All right, here's my answer. You ever hear of bread and circuses? They got to keep WWE Raw in the air, or we're all gonna riot because we have nothing to lose.
Yeah, but no one why would anyone want to watch an empty arena?
Oh shit! They should have done that for AEW.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
See, I thought like an essential business would be, for example,
the meat
a pumpkin patch where people can purchase delicious pumpkins.
I mean, it's essential food.
A pumpkin patch is not an essential business.
If you need food to live, Swanson.
Yeah, a pumpkin patch is not a food provider.
Yeah, it gives you pumpkins, dumbass.
That's what the grocery store is for.
Yeah, well, the grocery store would close down if the pumpkin patch closed down. Think about that.
I don't think the two are synonymous.
No, I'm being metaphorical because one represents agriculture and the other represents retail.
Yeah, so my pumpkin patch has got to stay open.
I love pumpkin.
So in the same way, if wrestling were to close...
Has anyone seen pumpkin?
People would starve, yeah. Well, I've had to quarantine myself from pumpkin.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the TV Tuner's Crab is now respecting social distancing.
Is he at your house?
It is. He is at my front door, and he is foaming at the mouth.
Well, that's normal.
He's not wearing a mask, though.
Well, man.
He has a knife. Again.
He always has a knife.
All right, I'll let him in at the end of this podcast.
Smart. Anyway,
Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah, this comes on the heels of WWE having held WrestleMania without an audience, and there's a number of reasons for why this situation might have happened. Chief among them, the fact that Vince McMahon, well, to be clear, Linda McMahon, made a charitable offering to a super PAC for Mr. Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump in their re-election campaigns.
That's fascinating. Are you saying that there's some kind of, what's the word? It starts with a C?
Cuckoldry?
That's not really what we were going for, but
What? Yeah.
I was thinking of a word that ends in uption.
Oh, cuption.
Suction.
I'll have David Bixby sort it all out for us in this insightful tweet. To review, on Thursday, Trump re-election PAC run by Linda McMahon spends $18.5 million in Florida. Vince starts moving towards WWE, going 100% live. In that all three shows that they record on a weekly basis are now live, meaning that all of their talent has to go to Florida and then, I guess, go home.
All right, what would you do if instead of like Linda McMahon donating, it was Saudi Arabia doing it on WWE's behalf?
I think that'd be more complicated because I don't think outside powers can do that.
Oh yeah, that is a problem, isn't it?
DeSantis declares that closed sports productions are essential in a memo that wasn't linked or announced. Friday, Vince goes live. Monday, memo announced.
Okay, well, I'm going to do an official ruling here as Judge Keogh here. I'm going to
bum 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 bum.
I'm going to say there's no corruption here. I can see it with my eyes plain as day.
Yeah, there's zero corruption going on here.
Yeah.
Now the rumor
and there's
is
there's no suction going on either.
No suck.
Well, that's
no
important. That's impressive.
No suck. No suck.
Now, DeSantis himself has made a habit of downplaying the threat of the virus, stating recently that the very false thing that he did not think anyone under 25 had died from the virus.
What a king! I love him.
He's also, as of today, reopening the beaches.
Oh. Wait, I thought we were talking about Vince McMahon. I don't love DeSantos, even if he did say a funny thing.
Is that funny?
Just a complete wrong thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's okay if a wrestling guy thinks that and says that, but not if the governor says it.
Now, speaking of Mr. McMahon himself, the rumors going around are that the reason
died in a
that
car explosion.
Well, yeah, Donald Trump sent his condolences to the McMahon family. The rumors going around is that the reason he wants to go 100% live is because his Fox and USA contracts give him less money if he's to not go live. And, he loves all that money. He loves money so much, in fact, that he decided immediately after announcing that they were an essential business to start laying off workers.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Firing up to 30 wrestlers, producers, and writers on staff.
I believe he did some statistical analysis about this, Swanson. How much money did they make by laying off all these people?
All right, so two questions. Here's the deal in general. WWE has at this current moment $500 in cash reserves. Now, obviously, they can't use all of that money.
Wait,
they have
only $500?
$500 million in cash reserves. Now, obviously, they can't use all of that money. So what it ends up being is about $70 million that they can use. So, not a metric shit ton, just a shit ton. Saving the money they save by firing all of these people who frankly they weren't using, but that's not the point. They saved $4 million. If the numbers still don't make any sense to you yet, $4 million is the amount they spent on the 2 shows that Bill Goldberg had on their recent shows on WrestleMania and some Saudi Arabia show.
Swanson, are you implying that they fired all those people so that they could have those shows?
No, I'm implying that they fired all those people for no good reason.
Yes, they had to make up their loss from the shows that came first prior to the firing.
In addition to all of that, someone smarter than me, who I don't know offhand on Twitter, did the math and determined that if WWE ran no more live shows for the rest of the year, they would still be in the red. Or in the black.
Yes, a good one. Not the bad one.
Meaning that they still did not have to cut anybody.
Alright, so what you're telling me is they're senselessly greedy?
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, right?
I mean, that's what the system's all about. If you don't increase your profit margins, you get gobbled up by the people who do.
Anyway, in the end, TLDR, WWE was listed as an essential business and then immediately began firing people.
That's right. That's Quibi.
So yeah, if TV Tuners is declared an essential business, I'm scared I'm going to be on the chopping block, personally.
Yeah, proud.
Well, I think actually, if anything, podcasts are pretty much an essential business at this point, given that we're one of the rare mediums still being able to produce.
Yes. Even if people aren't going to the gym or driving anywhere, I'm sure they want to hear about TV on their phones.
Well,
mobile devices.
We're not like Quibi. You can listen to us anywhere.
That's Quibi.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Vince McMahon dying in a car crash, and then Trump sends his family a phone-sized coffin as a condolence.
I'm here to give you this great phone coffin.
Well,
it's what they buried Steve Jobs in.
No, that was Ted Kennedy who got buried in it.
No, Ted Kennedy became it because he's a robot.
You said, wait, so Ted Kennedy is Steve Jobs?
They recycled Ted Kennedy's body into the shape of a coffin.
After crushing it.
I don't know why you can't remember your own bit.
I don't know either. I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's it for the news.
Yes.
So it's time to take a quick break. Sit back, relax, do not smoke.
I'm going to do another weed.
No.
Is this a... the Joker, baby.
And take a listen here to one of these Big Heads Media podcast shows.
Hey, you want to talk about our feelings while the ad is running?
Sure, but only when the ad is running, and once we come back, we will not talk about our feelings anymore.
All right, man.
So Big Heads Media, of course, is where we are located. That's our home, and it's where our bread and butter is breaded and buttered. And this podcast is just the same. It's called In a City Like Yours. Each week, the host interviews an interesting person who lives in a city like yours. Give it a listen.
I'm Michael, the host of the semi-monthly podcast In a City Like Yours. Join me as I chat with interesting people with interesting life stories. You can listen to the podcast on all major podcast platforms, including Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and TuneIn. You can follow us on Twitter at IACLYS Podcast, as well as on Facebook and Instagram at In a City Like Yours Podcast. Please feel free to let me know what you think, and keep coming back for the many interesting stories in a city like yours.
I'm sorry, I thought the ad had already been introduced.
Invigorating stuff.
That was a good talk, guys. I feel like a great weight has been lifted off of my shoulders.
I love you too, bros.
I'm somehow angrier than I was before.
Oh.
You gotta stop bottling up those emotions, Swanson. Come on, let's hug it out.
Please don't hug my neck.
Listen, we're
This is me kissing my microphone because we're recording remotely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a social distance hug. which is that we're all on a chat looking at each other hugging.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sending you a gif of a man hugging you.
And that's
in
first
person.
It's supposed to be good.
I
Hey,
feel
you like
good
the-
seeing this.
You like this man?
No.
It's bad. Recognize him.
Anyway, you can check out all the great podcasts at bigheadsmedia.com. All right. Well, it's time for a new segment. Not a new segment. Why do I say that? It's time for a segment near and dear to everybody's heart. It's Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Keo.
Bum, 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 bum. Trailer. Blazer.
Oh. Right when you thought it was going to end, it didn't. Welcome to Trailer Blazers, podcast within a podcast, sort of, where we talk about trailers. And we got a one applicable for Stairmaster. It's called Hightown.
Why? Oh, because I'm from Chicago.
That's right. It's produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, famous producer and guy who makes bad things usually. Well, sometimes he makes bad boys.
That's right. You got it in one.
And this one's about like a drug addict who like stumbles upon a dead body, and then I guess gets embroiled in a mystery.
That's like the worst thing you can do when you're on drugs is find a body.
Yeah, Stair, how would you react if you found a body?
And I was high, hypothetically speaking, I would be like, I am not ready for this level of responsibility.
Yeah, hypothetically speaking.
Yes, as you know, I only record these sober. Yes, I would be like, this is too much responsibility. I'm just going to leave this environment. I'm going to leave this scene and not tell anyone. In fact, I'm going to do the good favor and hide the body so it doesn't stress anyone else out.
Oh, you would actually hide the body. Huh.
I think being high would lead to some pretty bad decisions then, huh?
Yeah, like getting embroiled in a weird mystery where everyone's like, this isn't about you.
No,
Don't go
not.
looking into the mystery. And then like the dead body starts like talking to you and stuff.
Here comes high tide, is what they say.
Yeah. And all that stuff.
And I'm like, speak sister, dead body. So,
yeah. I mean, I guess this looks mildly interesting.
Yeah.
Mildly.
Mildly is like it looks like it could be either very boring or very like ridiculous.
I would have been more receptive if there had been guns being shot or something exploding.
There is a gunshot. What are you talking about?
Oh, I must have missed it.
He said guns plural.
Oh, yeah, I guess there is just a singular gunshot in this.
No, I don't. I want people going like trying to kill each other on screen.
Is this the first murder show we've seen where they just showed the murder?
I mean, yeah, they straight up showed the murder, didn't they? I guess the murder mystery isn't so much the murder part of the mystery. The mystery isn't so much the murder.
What's the mystery?
Well, the mystery is who did it, not how.
Yeah, it's like a Columbo. Oh wait,
I
no,
guess we
Columbo's the opposite of that. Columbo shows you who murdered.
Well, we
it's like
see
a
the
Law and Order.
I love how we have to talk about Columbo every other week now.
Listen, he's a popular man.
We see the guy though. I guess we don't really see his face too well, but we see generally
who did the murder.
Yeah, it's guest star Will Smith.
I guess the mystery is like what she was doing while she was high that day.
She was on the beach.
Doing what?
Beach
Vibing.
stuff, surfing.
Vibing. You literally go to the beach to vibe.
She said, "I could have stopped this murder,
but I was vibing."
Yeah, she was vibing too hard.
She's like the dancing triangle meme before the music really kicks in.
Oh no.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I guess there's a tune out on that.
Probably not going to watch this.
No, not unless there's killing.
There's killing.
No, I mean multiple. I mean like a gun shootout. Like he's in a warehouse and the drug dealer's like pow 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 pow.
So like if someone on the street comes up to you and is like, "Hey, you heard about that Hightown? There's like multiple gunshots."
Yeah, I would be
you would be like,
I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'd be like, if they're like, wow, look at this Michael Mann type shit. I'd be like, wow, I'm intrigued.
Okay, what if there's one shootout at a warehouse and then the rest of the show has no more shooting?
It would depend. That's like a Waco type situation because that had exactly one shootout at the end, in the middle, but it was kind of decent.
I would say I would say Waco itself in real life had way more than one shootout.
Well, no, they had the one big shootout, and then they had the guy get shot while he was trying to leave, and that wasn't really an exchange.
It would be one shootout that's underwhelming, and then no more action.
Oh, that would suck ass. I'm mad now.
There's mad just thinking about it.
How could they do this to me?
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it with Trailer Blazers, and now it's time for our main event. We watched The Thing, and it was a thing.
What was the show?
It was a show called Tales from the Loop. What do you mean, Q-Ray?
What was up with the music in this show? That's my first thought.
Yeah, it's not as good as the Bleach soundtrack.
Well, what is?
The Evangelion soundtrack. But that's by the same guy.
Yeah.
Like the music they play is the music you play after like somebody died or something.
What are we talking about, Evangelion or this?
This.
Oh, this is like Evangelion, but without the good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
There's a sad child, just like Evangelion.
Only the child is way younger.
And it has more agency.
Yeah.
Way more agency. This is a real latchkey kid type situation.
She does have a bad parent, though.
Yes. Singular.
Loretta, get in the loop.
Or else I'll make Colin pilot it. That was his name, right? The other kid?
We can say that. I don't remember what that other kid's name was.
It was Colin.
He was a very important kid. He very entertaining to watch this child throughout the entire episode.
You know how shit kids in television are usually like annoying? These kids are just boring.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting writing job that they're doing here, making boring children. I'm already predisposed to not liking kid actors because usually they suck. But
yeah, but instead they're giving nothing to do while taking up most of the screen time.
Yeah, but we do open up with some real Dispatches from Elsewhere vibes.
Yes,
a better show. A man explaining the show to us.
I already forgot what he said in the explanation.
That's because he's not as charming or as fun as the guy from Dispatches from Elsewhere.
He also doesn't make an implication that he's an unreliable narrator.
Yes, Dispatches from Elsewhere had a cool Irishman, while this is just a generic white middle management type.
Yeah.
Check out. He basically says, check out this show. We do crazy things, I guess.
He comes up to us and he's like,
get a look at this show. Could you take a gander?
Oh, thank you, Mr. John Hamm.
Just imagine a world where science fiction happens underground, and you can check out what happens with people, and they walk around.
You remember when we watched that? And I'm going to come back to this comparison later, but remember I think it was about a year ago that we watched the Twilight Zone remake. Mm-hmm. This show kind of feels like that in that it's an anthology and it's also way too long.
Yes.
But Jordan Peele was like the Rod Serling type in that. Don't you think John Hamm would be better for that role?
A little bit. He would definitely be better selling it. Why would anyone want to go into the Twilight Zone?
If you don't remember who John Hamm is, Keo, that's the madman, the titular madman.
Oh, yeah, he'd be pretty good.
They do it for coochie. We have to sell them on coochie.
Okay, I just had a moment where I mixed up
That's a
Twilight
great idea,
Zone
Don. You've done it again.
I just had a brief moment where I mixed up Twilight Zone with Black Mirror.
I mean... Yeah.
And I just imagined Twilight Zone having an episode where two men have gay, straight sex in a video game.
Oh, yeah, that one was epic.
That would be a great Twilight Zone episode. Could you
imagine, what is a relationship? Is it between man and woman? Man and man? Or could it be between anything?
Can a pussy belong to more than a woman? Imagine, if you will, a boy pussy.
But let us not explore this concept. Let's just watch it happen. And
it's through the door.
Have no reflection on it.
Gaping ass. In the
Have
intro.
like Rod Serling be like, imagine if this story had a lesson.
I mean, sometimes they do. Like the one where the neighborhood just kills each other because of the
Oh, I was
blackout.
talking about Black Mirror.
Yeah, Black Mirror specifically did not explore any themes. It just had some things
Well,
happen.
it explores one theme in every episode, which is
What if polycules were real?
The theme is what if computer.
Yeah. Thank you. So we get introduced to this place. It's in Ohio, and it's a real cool place because it's cold.
Yeah, I don't like this.
There's nothing else about it that makes
Swanson,
it cool.
Your show isn't cool enough to be set in the winter. I'm sorry.
That was an epic joke. Swanson, that's going on the joke cork board.
Oh, thanks, man.
I love you, Swanson. You're
He's-
the anchor of the ship.
So we get the most interesting thing in this episode right off the bat, where there's these little like at looking robots walking around. I want to know more about these things. Stop focusing on these shit kids.
Nope. The robots are just there.
No more children, please.
Like
All
these
they're
robots just
human
hang out,
children.
and we're like, oh, I guess these are cool robots. But then like
Yeah.
that's it. Like a kid throws a stick at one, and then like the robot does nothing in retaliation. Apparently,
What, do you want to bust out the miniguns?
Yes.
Be like, you have 3 seconds to comply.
yes.
Yes.
Opening fire.
At least the least it could do is like shoot a net.
Yeah, but really, we want to see that kid just gibbed.
Or say like one menacing word to the kid.
Yeah.
Bathroom.
And we get introduced to this young girl by the name of Loretta, who seems pretty capable on her own. She's just sort of
Yeah, she doesn't need parenting.
which is good because her mother is not interested in parenting.
Or is she?
I think we get pretty definitively an answer that she is not.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, so her mom is not very interesting, and neither is anyone else. Her mom has some like special.
What about that? What about that old guy? What about the old guy?
Those old people.
Was he interesting to Yuki Ryan?
Oh, he was really riveting the way he lectured her
Yeah, that was interesting.
and talked really vaguely about something or other.
So
I was really hooked in, wanting to figure out what's going on. I was really invested. I did not put my head down and close my eyes.
I think it's cool when men have beard and muscles. Not in like a sex way, but I mean like a fighting way.
You wanted to see this man fight, do some karate.
Yes. Or maybe it's like a samurai.
Well, let's hope
But
he doesn't do
he's-
karate, otherwise he might end up like our good pal Karate Kevin.
Who's now canceled for some misogynist remarks he made on Twitter. After.
Yeah. R.I.P. Karate Kevin. Yeah, so this mom has like a rock that she took from her work, and it's like a
Yes, the
mysterious.
Chaos Emerald.
It's like a mysterious rock.
It's
And,
a really
like,
powerful rock, I'm sure.
I mean, it must be. It broke the window allegedly.
It's the rock from Uncut Gems. That's why it's so strong.
It's more powerful than a regular rock, which, as far as I know, cannot break any windows.
Yeah.
Yes, I've tried to do that.
Also, there's like houses levitate. There's parts of houses that are levitating, and I guess we never get an explanation for that.
Yeah, it's just mysterious, Swanson. And it
It
matters.
just happens. Listen, this thing just happens.
This is like trying to rip off the aesthetic of Stalker, but taking all the edge off of it.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Stalker?
video game Stalker: Shadow of Chernobyl.
Oh, I
Where
thought
you're-
you were talking about the TV program Stalker
Oh,
starring
yeah,
Dylan
that would've
McDermott.
Yeah, no, that would be that'd be a weird.
No. Why would we talk about a TV program on a TV podcast, Kieran?
I'm sorry, I love you, man. Mwah.
Yeah, I guess a little off base, thinking we were going to talk about, things inside of a box.
I mean, I would
That-
watch like a Netflix Stalker TV show, Stalker: Shadow of Chernobyl.
It would probably
so
be
much
too
as sad-
long.
Yes, probably. But it'd be cool seeing sad people in Eastern Europe, like just walk into an invisible fireball and die.
I don't think that sounds entertaining at all.
That sounds like Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get introduced to this little shit kid, and he's all like, "I'll help you find your mom," because I guess she loses her mom at some point. Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
know why at the end, but
what is the characterization of this child though? So first he's like bullying a robot for no reason. This is not set up for anything. It's just something he's doing. And then he claims these are his woods. Like he's some kind of troublemaking child. But then
it's like Lord of the Flies.
But he spends the rest of the episode just being really kind of passive and friendly.
Yeah, he just sort of like hangs out with her and like helps her go through this very benign mystery.
Okay, see what's gonna happen is he's just a plot device to get a character or protagonist from point A to point B, and at the start of the next episode, he's gonna be gibbed by the robot's miniguns. And we'll never talk about him again.
Okay, here's the thing, Stairmaster. First of all, no, because as far as I can tell, he wasn't needed at all, unless I'm missing something.
But you're also saying there will be no child murder.
Well, I mean,
the only connection he has is that he's the son of a mom.
I mean, he's needed in the terms of like he's the connecting tissue between the young version of, spoiler, this mom and the mom.
Which I don't think was actually needed because couldn't that guy at the booth just call the mom and say, hey, there's someone here looking for somebody with this name?
Oh, yeah, but you see, if you do that, then you have to cut out like 10 minutes of pointless shit. Like when we get introduced to his brother, and all his brother says is, "But mom,
bathroom." Oh.
Well, didn't that scene touch you, Swanson?
It touched me right in like the sleep center of my brain.
Oh, that pressure point. Yeah, Kenshiro is just like, depart from this world.
And even when we get something cool, like this guy getting like a nice little like fake robot, like robot arm attachment.
It was real, a real robot arm.
Okay, I'll be real here. So, I've always been on some kind of quest to find something to listen to as I'm going to sleep. I don't know if you guys do that, but
try this podcast. Heyo.
I realized that this show would be pretty good for that.
Yeah, everyone talks very softly. The music is always like the music is like you're playing a game of Myst.
Also, there's robots, but they don't move much.
Yeah, and they don't make any loud laser noises or anything.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah, there's no danger. There's no shouting. It's very like relaxing show. Like just to kind of have there when you're ready to go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, the word that people would use to describe this show if they were being more charitable is atmospheric.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere is helium.
The atmosphere
it's nitrous. It's N2O, nitrous dioxide.
Sure. You didn't have to pronounce it, but I'm glad that you tried. So we get introduced to this kid's parents, and his dad has a robot arm, and his mom looks very similar to Loretta's mother.
Yeah, he has a robot arm, but he doesn't punch anything. He doesn't
or fist anything.
He doesn't do any robo grip. He just has a robot arm, and that's it.
He crushes a guy's hand, like in the opening of Terminator 2.
Yeah, this guy just sort of keeps his arm to himself.
Yes.
He like briefly places it upon his wife's shoulder, and that's it.
Oh, do you think he jerks off with it?
I don't think he dare.
Listen, he's got to be able to like take the hand off and like put like a.
Oh, you mean the stranger?
What?
I thought you meant he was going to put remote programming into it before deattaching it, so he doesn't feel it. It feels like he's getting a jerk off from someone else's robot hand.
No, he's got like a prosthetic jerk offer thing.
Oh, you mean he replaces his hand with an Anna hole?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
you don't think he does that, Swanson?
Yeah, I don't think they factored that into this. No.
Swanson, come on, we're world building here.
You don't think he has a sex toy?
No, I don't. I'm gonna go on a limb and say I don't think so.
Are you saying this show's too boring for that?
I'm gonna die.
Yeah. I'm saying that whoever created his robo-arm is too boring for that.
Yeah, fuck the show.
So yeah. The guy, she meets like the security guard guy, and the security guard guy's like,
the
no,
gatekeeper.
a person named Alma's never worked here. And
did we mention that she calls her mom by her first name?
Yeah, but don't worry, the show also mentions that.
Also, it's like the name of the spooky girl in those fear games from the mid-2000s.
You mean Alma?
Is that what you're thinking?
Because that's literally what her name is, I believe.
Anyway, yeah, the adults don't like hearing about this Alma character, and we find out why a little bit later. The twist here in this story is that Loretta is also the mother of this shit kid.
Oh no.
And that young Loretta has been time displaced.
Don't you hate it?
Here's what I'm concerned about here. So Loretta has been time displaced into a time that doesn't look any different from her regular time.
Oh yeah, it's just like Westworld.
She's been, what is it?
Noted excellent television program.
It's what, 20 years at least?
Yeah, there should be more robots. Not less.
Like, nothing has changed other than, I guess, a house is levitating. Like, parts of a house are levitating away now, and there's robots. Mm-hmm. Which may have also been there before. We don't really get a clue as to what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Listen, the robots are a hint of time travel. That's why they're there.
I guess. I mean,
because
I guess that is the sole purpose of the robots.
When you see a robot, you're just like, there's some kind of time stuff going on here, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I watched Dragon Ball Z and the android showed up.
Well, I guess I was mildly confused by that because she does see a robot before she time travels. Because she time travels by touching the mysterious, like...
God Rock.
The
Hoigeku.
Yeah. And, like, then she sees another one later. So, like, I guess I'm confused by what's going on in that respect.
But do you care enough to figure out what's going on?
No. So in the end, I guess she meets up with her future self, and they have like a heart to heart that I guess is supposed to matter if you actually thought these people were like
real
or
engaging in any way or something.
The core, I guess you could call it, drama of this episode was that she was trying to find her mom who just vanished. And we spend like half an hour with her just wandering around looking for her.
Yes, literal filler.
With what feels to be no sense of urgency.
Yeah, like the child should be starving. There should be a little clock behind her head that's ticking down.
Or they can make her act like there's like any desperation going on there.
Maybe there's a man slowly walking behind him and gradually he's getting closer and they're trying to find her mom before that happens.
That would make it ominous and scary and I wouldn't be able to fall asleep.
Yeah, no,
I know, I would feel something.
I like the idea of a big sleepy podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, like the sleepy cast where we all have pillows.
Yeah, let me all talk like real softly like this, and we never.
We could have new pillowcases like every week and talk about.
We could have a pillow the length of your body in a case that has an anime girl printed on it.
No, none of that.
Oh, okay.
That's a different kind of podcast there.
Yeah.
The Bleach cast.
You can't sleep like that.
Yeah, I can't sleep right now. Took a nap earlier.
So yeah, we there's like a big giant orb at the bottom of this town, and
orbs.
All hail Big Orb. Big Orb's here, and Big Orb is like, I am the cause of your problems. I am Big Orb.
This is the least exciting Big Orb I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, I dropped
this 20 minutes in. 28 minutes and 17 seconds in.
Yeah, you didn't even get to see Big Orb. Fucking loser.
There's other orbs out there.
So like, Big Orb sends her back to her own time, and like, the granddad is like, oh boy, I hope you learned a thing about this. There was a lesson here, I bet.
Yeah, what's the lesson?
Don't
touch weird rock.
Yeah, didn't you watch Chernobyl?
Oh yeah, that is the lesson. Don't touch weird rock. The rock does look suspiciously light.
It does look like the graphite.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I ever see like some graphite or I guess carbon or any kind of black rock on the ground, I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. So
Probably,
I guess my main
probably
question
leave the
is
city
like,
too.
I don't know, maybe I guess it's supposed to be intentionally mysterious, but like, so this dude's just like in charge of this giant orb.
Yeah.
He's the keeper of the orb, or
yeah. If you're the keeper of the orb, you are God.
I mean, obviously, this thing's capable of time travel, and who knows what other bullshit it's going to have in this
It's a
series.
really powerful orb.
Any final thoughts on this?
I found this show intensely boring, and it was very hard for me to get through in the mental state I was in. Which was, I was seeking stimulation, and I received none.
Yeah. This television series, Tales from the Loop, is based on an art book by the same name by a Swedish artist, and that makes sense because none of these characters feel like real people; they feel like sketches in an art book, and none that explains why it's nice to look at, I guess, but nothing much else.
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't even say it's nice to look at. I was bored, so my eyes weren't getting titulated.
Final thoughts on this?
Tune out.
I think I said my final thoughts, right?
Yeah, you said it was gay ass.
Yeah, is this a tune out or what?
Yeah, that's a. I'm gonna give this a tune in, but I'm gonna tell you to watch this if you're going to bed.
Oh, so it's a bed tune in.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put that in the special category and give you the regular tune out from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a tune out. I mean, this is an anthology, so it's totally possible that the next 7 episodes are like a whole bunch of fun. But
like episode 2, the guy with the robo hand shows up again, and now he's doing karate.
Yeah. But this first episode was just not
it's not great.
And that's a tune out on Tales from the Loop. And yeah.
Yes, that's what I said.
You said okay. All right, so that's it for this week's episode of the show. We'll be back next week with more TV goodness. Until then, bye.
I love you, Swanson.
It's over.
I found him.
Hey folks, it's time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster can run 10 miles before dying?